Hello, everybody. Happy lunchtime to you. Welcome to Monarchs Mocha. A few minutes late, but oh well. It's Friday. What do we do on Friday? We take longer lunches, perhaps get out of here early, knock off early, or we get ready for margaritas and flip flops, or flip flops and margaritas, or as I sang to yesterday, guitars and tiki bars, whatever they call it. Excuse me, little nitro for the lunchtime conversation. A little late, all good. What are we going to talk about today? Well, first off, your questions and comments as always. I'm Dan Vaughn, voice of the Monarchs. Glad you're along. And here's the drill. You know, if you're hearing me, thumbs up, right? That's what we do. That lets me know you're hearing me and all that good stuff. And I'm going to pull you folks up here on my phone just to have you guys up here on the phone. Even though I got you on the screen here. Excuse me. Well, what to talk about today? Nothing much going on here. 128 home runs for the season. Meh. Magic number is 6. Meh. Won last night, won a series. Meh. Against a division rival. Meh. There's nothing to talk about, right? There's plenty to talk about. I'll take your questions and comments here at your show as we look back to last night and ahead to tonight. As my wife's taking forever to load here, but come on. Anyway, I'll wait for it to load while I'm waiting for you folks to get in here. See you guys coming in, chiming in. But yeah, last night, I don't recall in my time here and in this league, and then in my time in this game, where I ever called a game where the 2 hits that you had were home runs. And the math is weird too. You won 4-0, but they were solo shots. That was a really, really, really weird offensive number last night, right? I mean, you talk about games, you had the doubles off the wall and triples and that kind of deal. We got my shirt for tonight up there ready to go. Got my floppy hat too. I'm ready to go. Look at that. I'm ready to go tonight. You should be too. Anyway, you got a 2-0 lead on no hits with a sac fly, 3 walks, and then you had the 2 solo home runs. And then you look at the box score where you had 2 hits, 2 home runs. You figure, well, it had to be two-run home runs. Wasn't the case. Just a really weird offensive night. And then you throw this in the card mix. Justin Donatello goes the distance and a shutout. And I'm not calling a 9-inning shutout in this ballpark in my time here. You had to go back to 2016. Jared Messer did it in August of that year, 16, and predates me. There's been some 7-inning complete ball games, a handful of those. I mean, there's the 2 no-hitters. There was been a couple of them this year, as a matter of fact. But a 9-inning complete game shutout for Donatello, who you're all kind of going, wow. I was going, wow. He looked that good last Friday in Chicago and on the road and was right into the whole way. He was good last night. Very good last night. What was it, 20? I had the note somewhere, 24 first pitch strikes. I mean, you're doing that. You're getting ahead, working quickly, keeping your defense kind of jazzed. It's like I've talked about the offense, and the offense is kind of idling and ready. You know, it's at any moment you're going to touch that gas and go vroom, like a good sports car. When that pitching staff's doing the same thing, it just kind of humming along here, just humming along, and that's what they were doing last night. The Monarchs in the win, 4-0. Again, who had 2 solo home runs and 2 hits for the bingo last night? I mean, raise your hand. And a complete game shutout. And on top of that, I turned around the booth last night about 7th inning, and one of my fraternity brothers and one of my roommate from college walks in, who was in business in town and doing some business here from Houston. Just a great night. And the Monarchs win, get the magic number down as well. Also, 128 home runs. So the next home run will set a new association mark. That was Colin Willis's home run last night. that made it 4-0, 128. I was thinking about this morning. Now, with only 17 games left, 16 games left, pardon me. It. I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to tell you they can't do it, but it just seems like last week they were sitting at 116, and that would have been last week in Sioux City on Tuesday. So that's another 12 home runs. Another 12 gets you 140. I think this club can hit the high 140s or mid 140s. 161 is a franchise record in the old Northern League. I know that's a franchise record. I don't know if that's a number that you can hit in this league. I don't care, just because the pitching is just not that much better. Plus, I think I just think the Northern League, while it was competitive and fun and wheels off sometimes, the American Association is head and shoulders. Now, I may get some disagreements with this with longtime fans, head and shoulders ahead of where the Northern League was. But you got to compare those. And you got to compare it. But the 161 is the franchise mark. I mean, that would take a monumental last couple of weeks. But hey, I would have told you. Yeah, I love the pitching line last night too. Me and you both, just outstanding stuff last night, no doubt, Kenny. I mean, it was just, and you know, I'm going to throw this out there too. I know that Justin and I chat a little bit. I haven't had anyone. Obviously, I don't do the dugout reports. Jackson and Jack do. But I've been privy of listening and talking to the guys a little bit, and I think he's like a lot of these guys. This is the first time for him in a long time where he's coming into a situation where it's not about, okay, who's going to get hurt so I can go up, or did I get my innings and did I do my numbers? Did I get my knocks and all that? Because in affiliated ball, oftentimes you're, okay, we lost 9-6, but okay, I got my numbers. Ain't that way here. It's about wins, losses, and the numbers are important, but the team numbers are more important. Winning series are more important, and clinching postseason spots are more important. And I think you're seeing a guy who's just having fun. I've been around him there on the bus, and again, got a chance to chat to him a little bit. I think he's one of those guys that's still come here and go, hey, you know what? This is fun. Baseball's fun. And I'd be interested to hear from him. And maybe we can get Jack to track him down this weekend and get a catch up on him maybe on Sunday or Saturday this week. So, just some notes last night. Also, let's get the stand. Let's just put the highlights first, okay? Good news highlights first in 3, 2, 1. I do believe they're loaded in here. I hope they're loaded in. Let's go.
Shoulder, every base, the 3-1. Hit out towards center, pretty well hit. But back at the track will be Harris. He'll track it down. Runner will tag from third. He will come home. It's 1-0 Kansas City on the sac fly, RBI for Alexis Almeida, his 17th. The Monarchs. Driven in. There's the pitch. All the way through. That'll be a wild pitch. Willis will come home. He will score standing. The throw kind of bouncing back toward the plate. Runs without getting a hit. Hit out toward left field. That's pretty well hit. At the track, at the warning track, that ball is going to be gone. See you later. Into the Midwest Ford Dealers visitors bullpen. See you later. He will touch a ball. There's your first hit. And your 127th home run. See you later. Is what they sold. It was a big deal. 3-2 hit out toward left field. Drifting back is Milligan at the track, at the wall. It will be out of here. Solo home run, just clear the wall. Colin Willis, his 18th home run. See you later. A solo home run, the other way for the Sheboygan, Wisconsin man. And that home run has tied the mark.
And it tied the 128 American Association home runs right there. Is that one right there. The good news highlights from last night. Monarchs over the Explorers 4-0. Sioux City going down to Texas. We'll give you those standings quickly here as we bring the Monarchs Mocha good news down. Let's check the standings in the association. Here we go on a Friday. It's Friday. I was looking at the calendar, and am I correct by saying this? This is the thing I looked at late last night before I went to bed. Um, we've only got one more Friday in August besides this one. Is that possible? I sent it to you guys yesterday, but that's crazy. There we go. Chicago now holds that. Now this actually, this would have been, yeah. Chicago holds that. It doesn't. That's not right, is it? Let me double check that. I'm gonna. Well, before I go any further, I want to make sure I pull the right ones here. And yeah, okay, there we go. That's the wrong one. This is before. This was last night. Give me just a second here. Let me pull this for you. This is last night's. That was actually from my screen from last night, and I screenshotted it. Sorry about that. Give me just a second, and I will give you the proper standings. I can't because they were still playing last night. That's why I had that screen still up. Let's try it again because I'm like, wait, that's not right because I've already looked at this. Let's do 820. Right again, and we will just bring those out and do that again. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, look, I'm looking at the screen, going, "Wait, that's not right," because I just looked at this about I don't know 2 hours ago and knew that that was the case. So let's try it again. All right, here we go. Let's pull the standings up now. That's what you do when you produce on your own, right? Here we go. Okay, now the half game's gone, and this should be the right number. Okay, here we go again. There we go. See how quick that was. Up top, Milwaukee and Chicago even at 51 and 32. 8 of 10 for Chicago. Milwaukee 5 of 10. And now the Dogs will be cheering loudly for Kansas City this weekend. And again, why is this important? You don't want to be in the one and done playing game. That's just a lot to ask of any club. And I'm a big believer of the body of work. If you finish second place, you should have something more than a home field advantage. I mean, that's what you played for all year for home field advantage. Body of work should matter, but that's not up to me. But Fargo right now is in the play-in position. They're 2.5 back as it stands right now. Winnipeg 7 back, 13 back Kane County, 18.5 back is Gary. 5.5 off the pace are Winnipeg. You know, again, I got to look at their schedule, and maybe I'll look at it for Monarchs Live tonight. Maybe I'll look at it for Monday's show for you guys, the off-day show. But what they have left because they got this weekend. We'll look at the schedule in a moment too. In the South, 56 and 28, 10.5 games clear of Lincoln, 11 clear of Cleburne, 13 clear of Sioux City, 23 of Sioux Falls, 42.5 for Houston. Now, here's the deal. The Monarchs have technically 6.5 game magic number if you count the half with the half game with Lincoln. But right now, Lincoln's even the loss column with Cleburne. Cleburne's a game off the pace because they played the one fewer ball game. Sioux City now 2 out of the play-in game. They are 2.5 back of Lincoln. And again, granted, they're all bunched in there, but this is a huge series for Sioux City. They need 2 of 3. 2 of 3 gets them 45, gets them even in the win column with Cleburne. That's what it does. And then as far as that's concerned, Lincoln, they staying at the moment just a half game clear Cleburne. There's a big series coming up next week, and I'll pull those up for us over the weekend. But big series with Cleburne and Lincoln coming up, a big one, and that's lurking on the back end of this week right here. So that's what's going on in the association. Let's bring that down and bring this graphic back up again. Here we go. And just quickly telling you what's going to be on the scoreboard tonight, right where everybody else is. King County goes up to Winnipeg. And then we'll be watching Sioux City and Cleburne. That's a big one. Chicago and Gary, Sioux Falls and Lincoln. So Lincoln gets the Falls tonight there at Lincoln's Haymarket Park. It's a big chance for them. If Lincoln can take 2 or 3 or even sweep that series, puts a lot of pressure on those two behind you. And really, that sets up that big series, which, by the way, I'll just mention it to you quickly here. Coming up, that will be, if I can find it for you here, that Lincoln series, Lincoln and Chicago play next week. The series against Cleburne, I believe, is on the back end of this thing. I'm double checking here, which would be next Friday. Is that correct? The 27th? I think that's correct. Yeah, Cleburne and Lincoln next Friday, the 20th. So a week from today is a huge series with Salty and Cleburne there. And actually, it's a 4-game series, begins on Thursday. And if I'm not mistaken, Chicago will host Lincoln Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they've got Cleburne on the back end for a 4-game series on that back end of that week. So it's a big week for Lincoln coming up. I mean, they're any hopes of catching Kansas City. They got they'd have to keep reeling off a bunch of wins. But Monarchs do what the Monarchs do, and just keep doing what you're doing, tearing off days of the calendar. You're going to be fine. But it sets up a great week for baseball in this division with Lincoln and Cleburne, and of course Sioux City with this first end of this series. So a lot going on, a lot for those folks in the division. But questions, comments, I'm here for you here on Monarchs Mocha on a Friday. As I will build a nitro here. Good stuff. All right. What do we do from here? Well, let's talk about the weekend coming up tonight. There we go. Flip flops and margaritas, guitars and tiki bars, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're gonna do tonight. As a matter of fact, as I said, I got my gear here. I say gear. I got my stuff here. Gates open at 6. Pregame skydivers, Parrot Head Club, drink specials and more. Looking forward to those drink specials. Never know what'll happen in the booth in those drink specials tonight. But Monarchs and the Milwaukee Milkmen. I've yet to get their rotation. I've reached out to them. I'm double checking to make sure it doesn't come in the last half hour, but I don't see it from them. I did reach out to them. I've not seen it. So I do know it won't be Miles Smith. Miles Smith pitched last night. The former T-Bone is on a great year. He may be the top arm when the end of the year when it's all said and done, as far as numbers are concerned. And he might be pitcher of the year candidate. Very well could be. He's been really, really good. Struggled a little bit against Kansas City there, but we won't see him. So he pitched last night and was outstanding in game 2 for Milwaukee. But the rest of the rotation, I couldn't tell you. We'll find out. I did see Anthony Barone a few minutes ago, our friend from the Milwaukee manager, walking to the Legends complex when I pulled in about an hour ago or maybe 45 minutes ago. So I should have just asked him then, but I was kind of racing to get up here to get on the air. So there's that. But, all right, tonight, again, flip-flops and margaritas. Tomorrow night for you Rock Chalkers, there you go. It's Jayhawk theme night, KU theme night for you folks. And again, every coworker of mine in this Monarchs family, except for maybe 1, 2, me, 3, 4, Tyler. I'm trying to think of all the ones that aren't KUers. Everybody else is a KUer. Because Casey is down in tickets. She is Wichita State. Tyler in grounds is KSU. Nathan on my staff is KSU. Everybody else is KU. Mr. Brandmeier, Mr. McKee, Mr. Hendricks, Susie, Jeff. Who am I missing? Everybody's a Jayhawk. It's the old cheer about New Mexico. Everyone's a Lobo. Woof, woof, woof. Well, everyone's a Jayhawk. Yes, there's no woof, woof, woof to it. But that'll be tomorrow night. That'll be there's your ticket promotion, too. Those t-shirts are cool. If you're a Jayhawk fan or a Jayhawk faithful, I'd love to wear that. I'd love to have me a Monarchs with a double T on the side of it. Which, by the way, last night, if you missed this, I saw a guy in a Texas Tech t-shirt on the right side, and then I swore I thought I saw a Texas Tech golf shirt from a distance as well. Sure enough, I did. It was Jeff Sipes, who surprised me here in the broadcast booth last night from Houston. So there's that. But whenever I see it, it's like when you see a Tech shirt here, you're like, wait. It's like when you're down in any place else. If you're in Arizona, you'll see a KU shirt, you're like, well, KU, right? I mean, fish hook. Anyway, questions, comments. Come on, folks. You got to have something for me. A couple more notes. The Monarchs, and if I can pull those up for you, they're right back here. Sorry about that, folks. Well, Kansas City, now, I'll just put last night's notes up. It'll be even easier. Put this for you real quick. I promised a couple extra notes. Remember, 128 is the Monarchs' number of home runs this year. Kansas City against Sioux City finishing against the X's this year 8-4. pretty good against a division bunkmate who you've last couple of years they've had your number. As a matter of fact, that makes it all time 52 and 51 in favor of Sioux City with that win for Kansas City last night. Sioux City won last year's series 7-5, and the Monarchs the year before lost the series. I believe that one also was 7-5, but then won the playoff series in 18, and then they won the playoff series in 19. So I don't know if they'll get a third try, but they're trying, and there's an opportunity there for them. But also, Monarchs marching to 62. The all-time franchise record for wins is 62. They're 6 wins shy of that, with another. We got 16 left. 3 this weekend. 3 against King County is 6. 9 against the Apollos, and then the other 7 against Sioux Falls and Cleburne. Are there 6 more wins there? You would think, and the Monarchs could tie the franchise mark, and then set the mark. One more note, too. I haven't talked a lot about this. I mentioned this in passing back, 15 games ago or so. But Joe Capietro, I've talked more about the all-time percentage numbers being 609 winning percentage, which leads the franchise. Joe also and has the highest games above 500, 29. That happened last Friday, but again, has a chance to happen this weekend, and that's happened several times. Joe also has 3 consecutive winning seasons, has secured a 4th. That's never happened in this franchise ever. That includes going back to Duluth. 4 consecutive franchise seasons above 500. There's that. And then the Monarchs also have my phone ringing right there. Sorry about that. And also included with that, Joe also is the franchise leader, not just the Monarchs leader, but the franchise leader in wins. I think I told you this back during spring training. He was closing on the Monarchs number, but it would be middle of the season probably before he got to the number. Al Gallagher. Al Gallagher managed the 1 year in Duluth, but Joe has passed that about a fortnight ago. But I wanted to I want to put that all in because I've been talking a lot about percentages and games above 500 and consecutive winning seasons. I wanted to make sure that I also noted in there that Joe is your all-time winningest manager, something we'll probably talk more about in the offseason. Joe is one of those guys that likes to look back fondly and not look fondly back currently. That makes sense what I'm saying. Let's see here. Monarchs, again, 28 games above 500, can reach 29 again tonight with a win. Kansas City, as I mentioned, with the 16 games left, 6 at home, 10 on the road. Magic number now 6. That's a combination because the Monarchs won last night, and then you had the losses for the other 2 clubs, Lincoln and Cleburne, but then Cleburne did win a game too. So it's a 1, 2, 3, chip that down from 8 to 6.5, whatever it was, so 9 to 6.5 last night. 6 is the Monarchs now. Any combination of wins and losses for the team chasing you, which it's basically Cleburne and Lincoln, but it's a half game difference. But Monarchs are, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the 3rd position was clinched. I believe I had this for you on Monday, didn't I? Or Sunday? It was over the weekend. It was Monday's show or Tuesday's show. I talked about that, right? I did. Okay. Also, Monarchs 38-11 at home. That's 38 wins at home. 32 was the record previously in 19. So just keep padding that number. And I mentioned this last night too. I don't want this home run total to kind of be going, well, you played Houston 6 times or 10 times or whatever. Well, do you know the Monarchs have hit 25 home runs against Cleburne? That's the most against any club. 17 against Lincoln, second most. So it's not all against Ben Houston. And if the Monarchs, which I think they easily can get 15 more home runs in the next couple of weeks, that kind of equals out that whole Houston argument anyway. So, but 128 is a great feat. One more will set an association record. So there you go with all of that. So what's the Monarchs' current record against the Milkmen this year? Carl, good question. It's 2-2. The teams played the only 4-game road series we played this year was there in Milwaukee. And I don't know if you guys remember this one. It was it was late June, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Do you guys remember this? Kansas City won a 3-0 ball game. Lost a ball game when Adam Brett Walker had a walk-off home run when the Monarchs had I think it was 8-1 lead. They lost 9-8 in that ball game. Kansas City also won a 20-2 ball game. And there was a ball game, I believe, 5-2, 4-2. I had to look that one up too. But 5-2, where Milwaukee won. And it was really good series. Lost the opener, won the second one, won the second in the middle, lost the third. And that third one, the fourth game, Kansas City got beat, being up 8-1 and got beat 9-8. But 2-2 that record. Really was a really good series, I thought, when we played them up there. And it's a 3-gamer here. I think for both clubs, each one's got a perspective about this thing, Carl. For them, they've got to keep winning because you don't want to be the playing team. You want to host. There's an outside chance they could catch Kansas City for the overall best record. If they were to sweep the Monarchs, and that would close them within 2. Kansas City, because again, the record's currently, it'd be 54. If the Monarchs got swept, it'd be 54-56. They'd have the head-to-head as well, but they'd still be 2 games behind you. Kansas City would still have the better overall record as the number 1 seed. Should the Monarchs go to the finals, there's that. So there is a little bit to play, but I think more importantly for Anthony Barone's club, his perspective is going to be, we need to keep winning. Keep winning our series, and for Kansas City, it's what you've been doing. It's, we've got ourselves this far, to this point, this far. We're going to keep going, and that's kind of what the philosophy will be. Corey says, yes, tomorrow night for your birthday. Corey, it should be your birthday night tomorrow night. You should bring out Angie. You guys should come out, celebrate tomorrow night. Why not? Come on out. Happy birthday, by the way. I can think of no better way to spend my birthday. Unfortunately for me, my birthday is after the season is over, but right here at Legends Field with your Monarchs family. I can think of no better way to spend a birthday. Except maybe in my case, my wife's watching. Oh, except with my wife. There's that. But, at Legends Field with my wife. How about that? There you go. All right. Last call for questions and comments tonight. Again, 7:05 tonight. I don't have the matchup. Let me look one more time on the email just to see, because I reached out to the folks, Scott up there in Milwaukee. Milwaukee, very interesting situation. They got some really good social media traction. They don't have road broadcast, which I think very, very odd for that team. No road broadcast. And so usually, like, for example, Connor Ryan was Sioux City yesterday. He has the game notes roster, and able to kind of liaison with him back and forth. Their folks are back in Milwaukee, and again, it's not a right or wrong to it. I'm just saying I'm just not used to having a big series with no radio guy here. So we'll have an empty booth next door. So Morgan's crew will be propped up over there with their lays on and having their Mai Tais and their Frozens. They'll be working their tails off. All right. Again, tonight, flip-flops and margaritas, guitars and tiki bars. AABaseball.tv tonight. Again, we were on 5 channels last night. We'll be on 4 tonight. All right, 5. I challenge anyone out there to do this. We were on AABaseball.tv. Kevin and company next door in production were doing a great job. We were on AABaseball.tv. We were on MixLR, which that was me. We were also on ESPN 1510. Thank you, Marco. We're also doing DB's Booth Cam, which was on my Facebook and YouTube channel, which is a camera into the booth of the broadcast. It's the audio with me. It's shot of the broadcast, like Steven St. John came in. So you can see Steven St. John there in the booth. Whoever comes in the booth, you get to see him. And then we also were on the league's Facebook page last night. That's 5 freaking channels that we were on last night coming out of this one room. And it is a bit of a it's a bit of a circus sometimes. We got it in. Run a promo to sit. Yeah, that's a very good. You know what? There's two ideas I've had recently, Sarah, and well, your idea. Two ideas I've got. I want to throw out there. One, I like your idea. Yes, join me in the booth. Hang out in the booth. Of course, you get bored because I think after a while, after watching me do the dials enough times and talk between breaks for about 2 minutes, real quickly, is probably it's good for about 3 innings. I think by the fourth, you're probably like, all right, time with the Legends Club. So maybe it's a Legends Club broadcast package where you get to hang out in the booth as long as you want, and then you go to the Legends Club and escape. But then there my audio's on. You may be going, oh no, he's back. But no, that my other idea is I want to perform a karaoke concert here to benefit Ron McDonald House, perhaps. And what I want to do is get a karaoke machine with all the good jams. And I want to set up a little stage, perhaps down by the Frozens, after a game one night, and I will do a 20-song set, 15-song set, something like that. And for all the beverages you buy and all the donations you make to the tip jar, that all goes to Ronald McDonald House. And I'll do the karaoke thing. And I might even take requests, but I'll have a set. I'll have a set list, and it'll be all genres. It'll be everything from country to crooner stuff, classic rock. I mean, I'll do it all. That's another idea. But yeah, Sarah, but the good idea. I will have to run that out there. Well, there you go, Sarah. If you then they will just set it up where you win. That's what we'll do. Just you win it. That might be a good idea for a trivia question too, to maybe get somebody to get a chance to sit in the booth. Kenny saying, "Let's grab a serious pitch." Well, thanks for the show. You bet, Kenny. See you, mate. See you. See you. Have a great rest of your weekend, my friend. But last call and questions. Yeah, I would sing "Beer in Mexico" by Kenny Chesney would be on there. "The Very Thought of You" by Sinatra to slow it down. Probably sing "I Got You Under My Skin." Maybe "Come Fly With Me." I do a little Frank set. Um, Steal a Little Love, perhaps, with Sinatra. Then I go back to some George Strait. Um, do a little George Strait. I do. I could do a little Elton John, perhaps. Do a little of that. Paul McCartney. I can do a little Wings. I'm trying to think of more. Might be able to pull off some Van Halen, some '84 Van Halen. I mean, I'm getting my set. I'm kind of going through this right now. It's my set, and just kind of thinking, probably a little Tom Petty. Here comes my girl. That'd be it. Billy Joel. Yeah, you know what? I had to do Billy Joel. My wife's favorite. I had to do Billy Joel. This is funny, off the subject, but every time this is funny because it ties into Joe Capietro because he managed there. But for some reason, for a long time, when you get in the car, you guys ever stream your music from your phone to your radio in the car, and it'll immediately start playing whatever the last thing you played. And for the longest time, my wife would get in the car, and it would stream, and it would be "'Cause I'm Living Here in Allentown," that song. And I'm like, she loves Billy Joel. Yeah, Billy Joel would be a good one. What's my favorite Billy Joel song? Uh, I've always liked Uptown Girl. That's always a good snappy one, but that's more popish, right? Piano Man's a classic. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'll throw Billy Joel in there. Billy Joel, but because I used to do, I think I told you all this story when we were in Cleveland. I went to the old karaoke place in Arlington, Texas, that I used to go to back in the day. And a buddy of mine and I went down there, and my wife went with one of her friends, but they went back to Dallas. It's too late. Long story short, anyway, I used to keep a Shazam list in my phone of karaoke jams I wanted to try for the opening, like early in the night, and the late night was my ones I knew I had down. I got into it, man. Took a long time, but I want to do something like that to raise money. Maybe we'll do it next year, but I'm just thinking something to make me a cartoon character, sort of, but have fun with it. I'm not afraid to laugh at myself, have some fun, especially if we can raise some money for the Ron McDonald House or for pediatric cancer, something out there, one of our causes, and do that. And maybe we'll do it where we get a special on drinks, and half price goes to the Ron McDonald House. My tip jar obviously goes to them as well, and do like a 20 song set karaoke. Maybe what we'll do is I'll do 5 songs, let somebody guest sing 5 songs, or maybe it's 2 songs guest sing, 2 songs guest sing. Karaoke fundraiser. That's what I'm thinking. And maybe next year will be part of the Catalina wine mixer. And we can have and Rob and I can do some singing together. There's that. All kinds of ideas. All right, everybody. Again, mention the broadcast, top of the hour at 7:05 tonight on abaseball.tv, as I've chatted long enough with you guys. abaseball.tv. And then tonight, of course, MixLR, the chat's there. We had a great conversation last night. It was kind of quiet early. We got going late on the Monarchs Broadcast Network, talking about some of the Iowa connections. I imagine this weekend, with a couple of notes I wrote down this morning, the Milwaukee connection with the Negro Leagues, the Milwaukee Bears, they played one season, but I'll probably talk a lot about them. I did when I was there. So those folks in Milwaukee can get a little of that content as well. So we'll probably chat a bit about that tonight. I haven't taped Monarchs 101 yet, so I can't even tell you what it is. Although I do believe on tonight in the pregame, we're all going to talk a little bit about when the Monarchs sold out Tiger Stadium in 1940. So we'll talk about that tonight on the pregame show. Joe Capietri joins us on the top step, brought to you by your Midwest Ford dealers. Of course, Midwest Ford dealers also bring you the around the association report. If I can find that Midwest Ford dealers, there we go. Bring that up for you. There we go. There we go. They bring that to you as well. Pregame show tonight starts at 6:30 on MixLR. 6:30 on MixLR. Also on ESPN 1510 here in Kansas City. As the Monarchs at the top of the hour, we'll go to them. And Mark will be standing by the radio side, the full pre and post are on MixLR. Let's go Monarchs, Corey. Amen. I want everybody to say it together with me too, all right? You guys ready? Me. By the way, tonight, Nick Travieso on the bump. I do know that. I can tell you that. Let me check one more. Wait, I got an email. Let's see if this is from. No, not. Sorry. Thought it was. Okay. Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Say it every time. Let's be better tomorrow than we were today. Let's show more love tomorrow than we did today. Let's be better fans tomorrow than we were today. Your Monarchs are rolling. They're rocking and rolling. The league's best record. Milwaukee comes to town. Time to get going and get busy. And, hey, I'll see you on the broadcast. Thanks for joining me. And what did always say? Everybody ready? All together now. All together now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Go, all right? Go Monarchs! I'll see you in the broadcast. Night, everybody.